Hello and welcome. In this video, we will discuss the proposed changes to the ESSA Consolidated State Plan. Changes to the ESSA Consolidated State Plan are proposed to further align with educational policy at the federal, state, and local levels. This alignment is crucial for comprehensive educational oversight at all levels of government. The following sections have proposed changes. Title I, Part A, Improving Basic Programs. Title IV, Part A, Student Support and Academic Enrichment. Title IV, Part B, 21st Century Learning Centers. Title VII, Subpart B, Education for Homeless Children and Youth. Appendix A, Targets. The other parts of the plan have remained unaltered. A proposed change for Title I, Part A is to modify the method used for identifying and exiting comprehensive Level 1 targeted and Level 2 targeted support and improvement schools. For identification purposes, comprehensive schools are Title I recipients with the following: ELA and math achievement below 300 MPI in both content areas, ELA and math growth or graduation at floor in both content areas, and a graduation rate of 67% or below. English acquisition in the lowest two quartiles of proficiency in progress. Attendance less than 80% of students present 90% of the time. In addition, high schools that are not Title I recipients may also be identified if they have a graduation rate below 67%. Targeted schools will be any school regardless of Title I status that has a student group that meets the same criteria as schools identified for comprehensive support and improvement. ELA and math achievement below 300 MPI in both content areas, ELA and math growth or graduation at floor in both content areas and a graduation rate of 67% or below, English acquisition in the lowest two quartiles of proficiency in progress, attendance less than 80% of students present 90% of the time. Targeted schools are divided into Level 1 and Level 2 based on the number of subgroups that perform like comprehensive schools. Level 1 is a single subgroup within the school, and Level 2 is multiple subgroups within the school. Preliminary impact data indicates that if identified based on 2019 data, 64 Title I schools would be identified as comprehensive status based on the proposed changes. 86 schools would be identified as targeted Level 1, and 44 schools would be identified as targeted Level 2. For comprehensive identification, there must be a local plan with state approval in place. The requirements are as follows: Needs Assessment, Improvement Plan, Grant Application, Missouri Leadership Development System, and Regional School Improvement Team. Other supports include the District Continuous Improvement System, Curriculum Alignment Guidance, Evidence-Based Instruction Guidance, and Equity Labs and Educator Evaluation Guidance. The requirements for targeted identification include the following: a local plan, state monitoring, supports including the Missouri Leadership Development System, Regional School Improvement Team, District Continuous Improvement System, Curriculum Alignment Guidance, Evidence-Based Instruction Guidance, and Equity Labs and Educator Evaluation Guidance. The state received 5 comments regarding these proposed changes: 2 in favor, 2 suggesting changes, 1 for an identification method that would result in too few schools identified, and 1 suggesting language that is not aligned to the Show Me Success plan, and 1 seeking clarification. Changes were not made in the plan as a result of the comments. The proposed change to Title IV, Part A is changing the state activity focus from advanced content via virtual programming to school safety, social, emotional, and workforce readiness. The state received no comments on this proposed change. The proposed change to Title IV, Part B is the measurement of objectives to use rubrics to measure quality. The state received no comments regarding this change. The proposed changes to Title VII Part B are stay put during dispute, complaint need not be in writing, and parent/guardian unaccompanied youth instead of complainant. The state received no comments regarding these changes. The rate of improvement will remain the same from the prior plan. The average of 2018 and 2019 assessments used as a baseline. By 2030, the goals are ELA proficiency at 69.9% and math proficiency at 70.7%. The state received one comment in favor of the change. No changes were made to the plan as a result of the comments. All proposed changes are available on the department's website at the following address. The department submitted Missouri's revised consolidated state plan, including Governor Parsons' signature, on January 30th, 2020. The U.S. Department of Education has 120 days to respond to the proposed changes. If you have any questions about the information presented in this video, please contact the Office of Quality Schools at 573-751-4234 or at qualityschools@desi.mo.gov. Thank you and have a wonderful day.